Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your support. I was blown away how many subscribers and views I already have on such a young channel with so less experience. I promise I'll get better with every video. Since I started the yard challenge Monday, which I motivate you guys to go outside, have a look around your area, what kind of plants are out there you can forage. I thought I'm gonna do the same. I don't show you all the plants, but I show you a couple of plants to give you an inspiration to go out and have a look what you have. So let's just start. So right out in front of my back door I have that little plant. It's called a dayflower. The flowers are normally blue at the top and have one white petal up at the bottom. Not sure if you really can see that on that video. I will include a picture so you can see that. They look like Mickey Mouse ears. The flowers are enclosed in green leaf-like petals, and they only open for a couple of days. That's why they are called dayflower. They do have a lot of medical use. You can use it to gargle the throat to relieve from a sore throat or tonsillitis. It also is used to treat bleedings, diarrhea and fever. The extract of the flower can have antibacterial activity, but you also can use it for cooking, like for salads, soups, stir fries. And the flowers and the young leaves and the stems can be eaten or candied. They have a really mild pea-like flavor, and in China it's used as a fungal, antipyretic, anti-inflammatory, and for the diuretic effect. There are actually pharmaceutical investigations that revealed at least 5 active components in that little plant. Let's see on the next one. That tiny plant you probably easily overlook because it's so low to the ground. It's called a porcelain weed. It does have fleshy leaves and thick reddish stems. The leaves are kind of spoon shaped and smooth edged. They do have small yellow leaves. Well, mine do not have no leaves right now, as you can see, but they do. The key is really the fleshy leaves, which the prostate pigweed has not fleshy ones, and the smooth edges around the leaves, while the spurge does not have smooth leaves. So it is a succulent, some sort, kind of like a succulent. It feels like one, almost like a rubber-like feel when you touch it. You can actually use it for medical and for food purposes. Medical, it has mostly a purgative and cardiac tonic. It is a muscle relaxant, has anti-inflammatory and diuretic treatment. It has as food, it can be eaten raw, cooked, juiced or pickled. It can be used in salads, smoothies, soups, stews. The leaves are edible, and Native Americans them as flour. Didn't try those yet. I'm not sure how much juice or how much flour you can take out of that, but I might try it one day. Let me know in the comments if you want to have some of those things on video. I do plan on making a whole lot medicinal and eating properties out of plants. So if you want to have that stuff video, let me know. Be careful though. Plant contains a high amount of oxalates, which means it should not eat extensively. Which means you can eat, just don't eat pounds and pounds of it. Well, it's probably gonna take you a soul to get enough out of it. So, but you can eat it. Just it's going to explain. It has a big sum of protein we just talked about. Then chicken leaves are like on the bottom. They look like a little bit like a dandelion leaf. With a stiff and hairy stem, and the flowers are blue purplish. Light till dark, depends on how much sunlight they get. I can show you some in the backyard later that is much darker than this one. It can get pretty high if you don't need it. The leaves supposedly help for weight loss. They're really good for constipation, for your blood, for digestion and inflammation. You can use chicken also because of antioxidants, liver issues, gallstones, gastric issues. It has sedative properties against cuts and bruises and as appetites. I use chicory flowers before as tea, but not enough yet. But not to cover that tube. So I don't know if you want to see some of it. Still have a couple more plants to show, so keep going. The next one is the dandelion, and I don't think I need to explain anybody how it looks like with its yellow flowers, and those leaves are pretty young, but these distinctive leaves. Dandelions can be used for culinary use, for adding flavor. Leaves can be put in salad, sandwiches and tea, or the roots are coffee substitute. Can also be used for making wine, honey, syrup, jelly and much more. It's used to regulate your blood sugar, good to fight inflammation and lowering the blood pressure. You can also use it to boost your immune system. Studies even showed that part. It's providing a lot of antioxidants. It also improves your digestion. Dandelion is a superfood which provides you with good sources for vitamin A, C and K, folate, vitamin E and small amounts of vitamin B, as well as iron, calcium, magnesium and potassium. So all in all, it's one of the nutrition richest herbs, flowers, edibles you can find out there. I had to pick that one, guys, to show you because it was in a spot I can hardly reach. That's the only reason why it is that extremely big. Normally, at least in my yard, since we mow on a regular base, they're not getting that big. What you see here is a yellow wood sorrel. The leaves are a little bit in the area of a clover. It doesn't have the free leaves, but it's still light green. It is tree foliaged. You see it like here. It has small bright yellow flowers with 5 petals, and it can be used for a variety of things. All parts of this plant are edible and high on vitamin C. Native Americans use the plants against fever. You can use the flower as dye. It is a diuretic, as astringent and stomach soothing properties. It treats urinary infections, scurvy, sore throats, nausea and mouth sores, and you can chew it raw as a thirst quencher. Let's get on to the last 2 plants. Before we do that, please consider subscribing and like the content if you want to see more like that. I make a lot of more videos about plants and home remedies and what to make out of plants, homesteading and others. If you like that kind of content, please consider subscribing and give me a chance. And now let's go to the last two plants I have on here for today for you. The next plant I would like to talk about can be really tough to spot because they are so tiny and so low to the ground, especially if you don't know what to look for. That's black medic. The flowers are in clover-like clusters. They are all nicely together and yellow. It's really not that hard to identify. I did not see nothing like that somewhere around yet. The leaves are edible. The Native Americans use the seeds for flour. Seems like you need quite a bit of it to make flour out of that, but might be an experiment you guys want to see. Let me know. I'll make it. It's a laxative and good for weight loss and for healthy digestion. That little bit of plant has quite a bit of minerals inside, like calcium, phosphorus, potassium and magnesium, so it's really healthy to eat. Have a look around, you probably have more than you think. There's some yellow flowers you can see all over my yard, but you see it's really hard to spot. There's some here, there's some here, here, there's one right there. They're all over the place, but they are almost impossible to see. There's some here, so you really have to try to see them to see it. There's, by the way, another version of chicory, which is a little bit brighter in color because you do have a lot of shade back here, but that's not actually what I was looking for right now. The next plant of my list is the clover. I don't really think I need to tell you how to identify clover. You probably saw the leaves and the flower before. It's hard to see on those leaves yet. Right now the leaves normally have a white lining in there when it is the white clover, and they don't have it if it is the red clover. Both of them are edible though, so it's not that big of a deal. They do have a little bit of a different uses. The white clover is good against fever, coughs, colds, and common cold symptoms if you make an infusion. They are good as for rheumatic aches and arthritis as a tea, for skin conditions, gout as a tincture. They can boost your immune system. They're good for soil improvement and erosion control, which is not for the health but good for your homestead. The red clover is good against psoriasis and eczema, which is also skin conditions like we had on the white clover. It's good against the whooping cough and fights respiration infection, which we actually already had on the white one too. It does help against high cholesterol, menopause symptoms, arthritis. The isoflavones in the clover, studies say, reduce the menopause hot flashes, so they do have some studies behind some of it. All above ground parts of both clovers are edible.